Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So as Rohan said that, so I will be providing you the details about the Sitecore XM Cloud, like a high level detail, as well as how the personalization can be done using the out of the box personalization provided by the XM Cloud. And it seems to be a big agenda, but I will try to cover within a time period because I have not added much details. So I will be more talking in this session, right? So coming to about me, so as Rohan already said that, so I am currently working as a solution architect with the Avnard, and I am having around a 20 plus years of IT experience, and you can connect with me if you wanted to collaborate or if you are having any query which I will be able to solve it or any type of discussion related to Sitecore or a .NET. So I will be happy to connect with you. And there is a one more thing I wanted to start from today's session is that, so I have prepared some sort of a small set of questions, right, which will be very interesting for you also, right? So in between the session, right, it's up to you, you want to give the answer or not. So I will be running some small quiz type of things also. So in the chat window, I have just pinged the URL, right? So you can join it if you want it, right? So I have prepared some sort of a question so that I can make this session more interactive, right? And it will also help you to uh, uh, check your knowledge as well as maybe I will be able to gauge that how much I need to provide in the upcoming session to you guys also, right? So it's up to you, you wanted to join or not. Wait a minute. Okay. So you can give the answer if you wanted, right? So there will be a time period into that. So like that you can give the answer, and it will be very helpful for me, right? So coming to that introduction part, right? So I will be also providing you the some intro about the XM Cloud. So most of the you guys have worked in the XM Cloud or planning to work in the XM Cloud. So XM Cloud is generally a cloud native. You can say that the CMS from the Sitecore, right? It's not a SaaS, like you have not deployed the application. It's a cloud native. So there is a difference between a cloud native and a SaaS product, right? Cloud native means that it's built as a product, right? As a cloud native, like all the APIs and everything or microservices are there, or when you are deploying like your application into a SaaS product, right? So that is generally called a SaaS product. So it's a headless CMS and it's a experience manager. Like if you are worked in the XP XM, so you will be knowing that what is the difference between XP and XM. So same way, this experience manager have been placed on the cloud to make it as a Sitecore XM cloud. So it is coming up with the lot of benefit like a advanced designer page builder, like a page builder is there, and you are also getting the content editor, which is a old fashioned XP based editor is there, because some of the functionalities which you can't do with the pages editor is evolving, so you need to go back to the content editor to do that. And also it is providing you the out of the box feature of the experience accelerator, like you can do the tenant based application setup or a content tree setup, and you can manage the content tree and utilize the page design partial view to in terms of the reusability. And also it is providing you the headless services. So before XM Cloud also, you people were needs to write their own proxy layer on top of a XP to expose the data to the other application. But with the XM Cloud, you can utilize the layout service or you can utilize the HGraphQL based API to access the data. So it is also help you to enable the omni-channel experience, and also it is providing you the out of the box SDK in a Next.js, Angular, and Vue and React, so that you can utilize the component in inventory as well as the component or a HTML elements which build on top of the GSS SDK so that you can get a experience editor friendly view while you are editing the content. And feel free to stop me if you have any queries or anything in between also. Wait a minute, I don't know what happened. Okay. So these are the high level feature like it's the Jamstack ready. It is providing you the embedded personalization, which is I'm going to cover in this session. And also the edge content delivery. Edge content delivery means that it's a CDN based content delivery. You do not need to set up like in CD. Generally, we will set up a CDN in front of our uh, application. Sorry, the content delivery server. So those you do not need to do it. It is coming as a out of the box. And inbuilt component library is also there. You can build up your component in the front end as a component and utilize that. And the pages editor will be coming. Faster development and deployment is that it is also providing you the XM Cloud Foundation head type of code repository. So you will be getting a basic component which you can enhance as per your need. And also it is providing the out of the box connector like a GitHub connector to connect your XM Cloud repo sorry environment with the GitHub repo, and you can deploy to the Vercel. So Vercel is currently the preferred hosting provider for your head application. And customer portal is that it's built like a cloud portal is there, so you can manage the user access from a one place. So generally the organization admin can do that. And easy site management is there, which I already explained. And inbuilt insight means that if you haven't bought the license for the complete CDP and the personalization, so then without that also you can see that how your page is performing and how many times user have visited. Those analytics you can basic analytics you can access in your XM Cloud also. And inbuilt forms are there. That is not a more powerful as compared to the Sitecore form, but you can build up your simple logic like to accept the data from the user. And as you are aware that it is a cloud native application, so like we used to develop in XP and XM some custom form where you can store the data also in the master database, or in the Sitecore form it is being stored in the XConnect DB. So those type of things are not there, and you can't store the data in the Sitecore provided database or Sitecore XM Cloud database. You need to push via user generated data with the help of a webhook to your third party service or wherever you wanted to store it, and then you can process that data. Coming to the understanding of embedded personalization. So here I will be covering what is embedded personalization. So it is generally providing the ways to enhance the user experience. So why it is called a embedded personalization? Because it is coming along with the when you are buying the XM Cloud subscription with the Sitecore. You do not need to buy any extra subscription to use the personalization. So, and also it is out of the box. Out of the box means that it is providing you some set of personalization condition which you can use that, but not extensive as you usually get in the XP. And you can also define the out of the box audience segmentation. Audience segmentation means that suppose uh, X number of users have visited this site, or number of count by a current user is to your website is greater than 10. So those type of data is called a segmentation, where you are partitioning the user based on some type of attributes. Here you cannot define a custom attribute as you usually do in the XP, or you can do with full-fledged CDP and personalize, but it's a general level of segmentation rules are there which you can utilize it. And also you can create a page variant for a different user group also in this. So in a high level, it's a real-time personalization. Like generally, in XP you are having a historical data, but here most of the rules are based on the real-time data, like you are accessing a geo-level condition, like if you're visiting some country, then you can implement the personalization, or user have visited this page in the current session. So those type of simple personalization you can do that, but not the complex one. So like it is storing the event of a 30 days of events, it will be storing it only. So it's having edge function for dynamic page swaging means, because it's a XM cloud, so where the data will be publishing to the experience edge, not to the Sitecore web DB. So there will be a middle where will be there, which will help you to get the data or a page variants and then do the personalization. So that's why it's a much faster, and it is providing you the preview mode for checking a variation. Suppose you are having a number of variation for your page. So I will be showing that. So you can see that what will be the condition. It is not giving you the preview like we used to have it in the Sitecore XP, where you are changing the condition, it will show you the data, but you can preview the condition here. And you can also get the site and the page analytics, as I was explaining in the previous slide. It is giving you the basic analytics, so you can check how your site is performing and how the specific page is performing. So the same way now I am moving the questionnaire which I was just published. So I am move to the next question, so you can provide an answer to those also. So I'm just switching between, so that you will be, whatever I am explaining, you will be able to answer it into that. So now I'm covering the key features of the embedded personalization. So as I said that it's a empowering your user journey and the user experience, and it is providing the core like a base personalization capability, not the complex or the very you can say that the more which you are getting into the XP. Like it's a page based personalization, you can create up to 8 variants per page with 5 condition per variant. Like in XP, if you have worked in the XP, you can have a n number of personalization rules in the specific component, right? But here you are doing the page level personalization. So that is the major difference. So in a one page, if you are adding a n number of rules, so if first will met, then that specific page variants will be visible to you. But in case of a XP, right, there you are having a number of components in your page, and suppose you are having a number of attributes for a user. So if those are also fulfilling the condition which you have applied, those will also display the personalization rules. But here it's not like that. And here you will be doing the component level personalization. Like within a one page, you can do the component level personalization for the same condition. Audience segmentation, out of the box audience segmentation, like if in the past user have visited this page, you can welcome the user like that. You can change the messages into your pages also. And real-time analytics, that is the main feature. If you are building a simple website and you are not having the edge use cases filtered to the personalization, then it's the best fit for you to start with. So now I'm moving to the technical aspect of the XM Cloud personalization. So here I will be covering the technical aspect of the XM Cloud personalization, how the things are happening. So generally, XM Cloud embedded personalize is a subset of the CDP and the personalize. Why? Because you will be not getting the all the features of the XM Cloud, and CDP and Personalize, you will be getting a subset of the uh, you can say that the subset of the CDP and Personalize. It means that it is providing you the segmentation also, which is generally coming from the Sitecore CDP, right? And it is storing the data also up to 30 days, not for the unlimited time period. And also it is providing you the some set of personalization rules, which generally you will not get. Which generally you will be, if you are going with the personalization, you will be getting a n number of, you can create your own custom rules, but here are the predefined. So that's why you can think of that it is a subset of the Sitecore CDP and the uh, Personalize. So you will be getting, as I was explaining, that you will be getting a embedded personalization when you are buying the XM Cloud. So you do not need to buy the this, and it is giving you the fixed set of condition, like so that your marketers can create a simple. You can say that the campaign sites also, like how users are coming and landing to, so those type of campaign pages you can easily deal with this embedded personalization. And if you are having edge cases, then you can go with the full-fledged license with for the CDP and the Personalize. So how the page level personalization is happening? So for example, this is the end user and this is your rendering host, where you are having the header, footer, you are having the A/B testing and everything. You are having all sort of a middleware, right? And also when you are using the XM Cloud SDKs, right? So there is a very main important component is called a personalization middleware. Why it's there? Like when you are working earlier with the, or currently you are working with the XM, right? XP or ASP.NET MVC. So there you are having the server side code. What server side code will do when user is hitting the page? So generally control will go to your server side code, right? And which is deciding that um, what is the who is the user and what type of attribute user is heading, and on the basis of that you can decide that this type of data needs to be presented to the presentation layer so that it can handle it, right? So the same way in the Next.js Sitecore team have providing the personalization middleware. The work of this middleware is that to make a call to the your embedded personalization, or you can say that the CDP personalize, to get the who is this user and what type of rules needs to be applied if conditions are meeting. So for example, if I am the user and hitting the Next.js application, right? So the page will be loading, then HTTP request to the Next.js application is happening like this rendering host, right? So all the cookies and everything will be setting up, and all the headers is being set, and which later can be utilized for the personalization. So it is generally called a browser request. So then what the Next.js application will do, it will run all the registered middleware like a personalization middleware or any other middleware, like you are having a URL reroute middleware or anything. So it will run it. So what the personalization middleware, right, will do, this middleware will send an API request to the your Edge GraphQL endpoint to fetch all personalized variants for the current page. For example, if you have created a page variant like user are coming from a this much region, that is a one variant for your page, and user have earlier accessed a this page, that is a second variant. So it will fetch all the variant uh, for your page from the experience edge. So this is the case of SSR where you are doing the server side rendering, right? If there is no personalization variant configured for your specific page, for example, a landing page, right? So then it will return the default page, right? And it will continue as usual, right? So now once all page variants have received by your middleware, right? So then personalization middleware, right? Send a request to the your CDP and the personalize, right? So it will get all the, for example, a segmentation or which type of rules have needs to be applied. It means that if suppose page is having a more than one variant, right? Then middleware will send the another API request to this personalized API to detect that if the current visitor, like a user A, is having any set of audiences configured for this page, like if the user is meeting the criteria that he have previously visited this page or not, right? So those will be received here in a in your personalization middleware. So with the help of that, it will identify the audience for the current visitor. So by combining the response from the this page variant details and the segmentation details, the middleware determine that which personalization page variant is suitable for the current visitor, right? So that is also based on the hierarchy. So if first condition is met for that page variant, then show that and move forward. Otherwise, move to the second. So that way, this personalization middleware comes into the picture. So like because it's a CDP and personalized, so it will be storing the profile storage, user attribute, all user segmentation data will be stored here, and it will return the segmentation, and that segmentation will be applied to the page variant to see that its condition is meeting or not. Then on the basis of that, modified response will be sent to the end user so that user can see the personalized user experience. Any question till this point, which I explain how the personalization is happening?
Nothing from my end, Amit.
Okay, so whatever the questions are there, I will be just taking at the end. So coming to this box, XM Cloud Content Management, right? So if you are seeing here, you are not having the much component add generally you will be having in the your on-prem IS or the Sitecore XP or the Sitecore XM. Because here what is happening that when the content author is auditing the content, authoring the content in a CMS, right? So when the content is published, then the published data is going to the experience edge, right? And that is the edge content delivery. It is a CDN enabled and it's a GraphQL endpoint, right? And your editing host, right? So is a nothing but it's a one type of rendering host only, but it is being utilized by the your CM role to provide you the experience editor, uh, uh, experience editing experience. Sorry, you can say that the it can be utilized by your experience editor view as well as utilized by the pages editor to so that you can edit the content. And when you are using the XM Cloud, right? So you do not need to provision the editing host. It will be automatically provisioned by the Sitecore. And also you are seeing here there is no search component here because Sitecore will provision a search instance for your CM instance, and it can be used only to search the content in your CMS only, and it can't be utilized by your head application. Generally, we will call this as a rendering host. So you need to provision your own search service or you need to use the external search service. It's up to you how you wanted to do that. So that way it's a lightweight and everything is provisioned by Sitecore for you. Now coming to the high level feature comparison with the experience platform. So here I have tried to explain a high level feature comparison between the embedded personalized XP and the CDP personalized. So data source is a session based, right? It is not mostly based on the historical. Historical is just a 30 days, but not a large number of data you can utilize it. AI/ML support is not included in this, but in case of a XP in Sitecore 9, they introduced the cortex, but that is now disabled. But recently they have introduced a Sitecore stream also there, that also you can utilize to do the personalization. And CDP and Personalize, it's a AI/ML based support is there. So on the basis of user past data points or a footprints on the website, it will return the segmentation as well as the rules for them. Scalability, it's a SaaS based, right? And XP always limited by your infrastructure, how you are provisioning it. And CDP Personalize also is SaaS. Integration, yes, embedded personalization, you can integrate with means any application. Like if you are doing the embedded personalization, you can integrate with the CDP Personalize as well as if you are trying to utilize your any other personalization engine, that can also you can include that. But in XP, you generally will be using the XConnect only or the XDB only. You generally will be not integrating in the external system. But if you have moved to the XM and you wanted to utilize the Sitecore CDP and Personalize, that also you can do that, but you will be not able to uh, utilize the personalization middleware which generally coming with the Next.js. You need to write your own layer to do that, because you need to make API calls to CDP and Personalize to get the segmentation or to feed the data to the CDP system and then retrieve the segmentation and then apply the personalization. So embedded personalization is also providing you the real-time data, because you can do the analytics and also based on a user current footprints on your website, you can apply the personalization use case. And data retention is embedded personalization like a event. It's for a 30 days, and XP and CDP personalization it's a long term, because XP you are using the shards like XDB, so you can extend as per your need. If you are having a large amount of personalization use cases or a user load, so you can increase the shards and store the data. And CDP personalization is based on the data lake, so you can store an unlimited amount of data. User experience support is simple, like you are just creating the page level variant and doing the things. And XP, if you don't know how to create the user profile, how to create the conditions apply, then it's a complex for you. And CDP Personalize is also a complex because there are many options are there. If you are not used to, then you will be not easily able to build up the required segmentation as well as the user persona. So this the so you can say that the when you are working with the embedded personalization, right? So you can start with the simple and move to the complex use cases as per your need of your business requirement. And this is the comparison chart between XM Cloud, CDP Personalize, CDP Personalize. So this is from the Sitecore. So they have tried to divide their things into listen, think, respond, and learn things, right? So listen means you are collecting the data. So web data collection, you can do that with the XM Cloud CDP because it's a API based. So you can listen the data from any medium or any sources. And also personalization, also doing some sort of data collection, that also you can do that. So this is very helpful when you are going to present your use case in terms of you wanted to utilize a full-fledged CDP and personalize, then how the combination is going to fulfill the ticks when you are comparing with your business requirement. So that way you can um, verify that you need to go with the XM Cloud or you need to go with the only CDP or you need to go with the CDP plus personalize. So now I am explaining that what is the difference between a session based personalization versus the historical data personalization. So session-based personalization, here I am referring to the XM Cloud embedded personalization because it's mostly based on the real-time personalization rule. Historical data personalization is CDP and the personalization combination. So the session-based personalization is tailor content based on a real-time user behavior. Means if user is coming to your website, you can implement the personalization for that user and it's for a single session because you are not combining the multiple session into one, because you cannot go and verify that user have visited this website in the 1 week before, right? So those type of things you are not getting it here. But when you are working with the XP, with the help of a custom code, you can do these things. So generally these use cases will come into the picture when you are providing any sorts of vouchers to the user. So in those cases, multiple sessions needs to be combined. So no long-term data retention is there because it's limited to the click events you can store. It will be storing for a 30 days only. So ideal for immediate dynamic adjustment for the user experiences only. Then it will be very helpful. So in a historical data where you can store large amount of data, so you can store large uh, long-term customer data like historical data also do that, and you can implement a personalization and multi-session aggregation. You can do that. So you can also enable the advanced segmentation and predictive analytics. You can do that because you will be getting a AI/ML support into that. So it's ideal for a complex multi-session personalization, as I was explaining, and where you need to do the insight-driven personalization. Like in the past, can visit what type of pages user have accessed. User have accessed X page, Y page, Z page. Also then do this. So those type of complex user behavior you can use in the CDP and Personalize. So now coming to that, when and why to use Sitecore XM Cloud embedded personalization. So why use embedded personalization? Because it's a real-time personalization where you need to start with the simple, improve engagement. Like if you are doing the immediate personalization for a user and a relevant content, for example, if user have visited a X page in the current session, then display these things. And if you have visited the Y page in the current session, do these things. So in those cases, you can utilize this. And also ease of use. It's a simple, I will be showing that how easy it is. So it's as easy to use for your marketing team or a content authoring team to implement it. So when to use embeddable, like it's a session based personalization. So real time behavior, because this real time is mapping with this. And the quick deployment. So you do not need to do any code deployment or anything. You need to just publish your page to the experience edge, then your work is done. And page level personalization, ease of use, because you do are not going to implement a every component level. It's just a one page. If you are having a number of content, apply the personalization, all will be showing to you. So you are not going to add any component level condition into that. When to consider the Sitecore CDP and Personalize. So when you are going to implement a personalization in your application where you are looking for a larger amount of data retention policies, or you need to store the data for a longer period, like some audit needs to happen, and you need to aggregate data from a multiple sources, because Sitecore CDP is a data lake. So data lake means that you can store a large amount of data, and you can also aggregate the data from an system. For example, you are working for a client which is doing the offline business also. Maybe they are having the stores also, grocery stores or any type of stores they are having. And also they are having the online business, and also they are having the tourism business. But your customer is single and they wanted to give the prizes or some sort of vouchers based on one user identity. So then you can utilize the Sitecore CDP to build up a 360-degree user profile, right? In those cases, you can go with the CDP, where you can store the data from a n number of sources, and you can nourish the user profile in CDP itself, and you can add a extra attribute. For example, if user is more interested in doing the tourism to the hilly areas, right? So when user is going to buy something in your clothing store, right, then you can give a discount on the clothing because user is more keen to go to the hilly area, then you can give the voucher or a discount on a winter cloth, right? So that way, those type of user persona you can build up in your CDP. And when to use Sitecore CDP and personalization for a long-term customer journey and the tracking, because you are building a storing a data in a data lake, and where you are wanted to use the advanced AI ML decision model, right? And also there is a one interesting thing here is that because you are having the data from everywhere, right? So it's not like that you just need to rely on the Sitecore based AI ML. Maybe you are having a one more system or a where you have implemented your own AI ML based models, data models are there. So you can send data from the CDP to that system also. You can export data and push that data in a real time also or in a batch also to the other system also. And when the decisioning and the real time audiences are needed, then also you need to go with the CDP and personalization, and also you need to cover a more channels like a kiosk and everything. Then also you need to go with the CDP and personalization. So use cases for the embedded personalization like page level personalization, geolocation based audience segmentation, you can utilize the out of the box condition, and personalized promotion like you are creating any microsite or a campaign site, so you can do the promotion also into that. So now quickly coming to the demo. So when you will logging to the your pages builder, then you are seeing this variant type of things. With the help of that, you can create the variant also. Let me quickly show you. Are you able to see the browser window, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So when you are coming to the XM Cloud pages editor, so it is by default it will coming to the editor mode. So when you will click on the personalize, so it will give you the option to create the variant. So when you will click on the variant, you will give any name. So it is giving you two option to create the audiences, right? So with the help of that, you will be getting a lot of options or a categories they have divided. You can create a geo based like user is visiting from this country, so you can implement that. Even you can go to the, it is not extensive like it's if you will go to the this region, right? So for example, it is giving only the United States, so it is not giving all the countries, right? So that way this is just a specific to the US region, right? Only. So that way you are getting the limited number of a this uh, condition. So same way you are having the date time of a the visit is before or after date and time, then you can do the personalization, and you can add a visit day of the month, organization time zone. So that way, and also you can do the, as I was talking about a microsite for the campaign, so you can also do the campaign for the based on the UTM also. So coming to, let me quickly show what I have done that. So I am having a one website, let me ping you. I just pinged you the one site. So if you will access that, so if you will access your site, so you will be seeing a different message here, right? Because I have mentioned as a geo level, if I am from this region, display this. So how I did that? So I created that variation. So how can I edit that? I will go to the my specific page variants. I will click on the edit audience. This is a different one. And sometimes you need to refresh if it is not working. So here what I have visited, added a condition, like you can add a more than two conditions also. Like the visit is to this website and user has visited this page during the current visit, or the visitor has visited this page in the current visit. And the preview which I was talking about, like this only. And like they are also giving you the how this will be executing it. So if you will come here, suppose if you have created a segmentation, then you can pick up any of the component where you have to build up the personalization. So you need to select the component, like let me take another component. So you need to, so it will automatically give you the option where you can implement the personalization. So you can click this, right? And if you want to change the component, you want to hide the component. So here the component is rich and you can find a compatible component also, you can change it. And also you can hide the component also. And also what you can do that, sorry, you can change the content also for that. Like we usually having a different data source for a component when we need to implement the personalization. Same way you can create a different text also altogether, and you can replace that. Like I did that this one, and also I was showing you the that geo level. So when you are accessing it, you will be able to see this personalization nodes. When I am checking, I am able to see the this way. So what happened that you are having the n number of uh, use cases, or you can say that the rules here, right? So how it will work? So understand by this. So suppose if I am making a request for the home page, so if it is a SSG page, or then what happened that when you are building, then all the variants are present here, right? So in those cases, the call will be not made to the experience edge to get the page variant. But if it is SSR, then the call will be made to the experience edge to get all the page variants, and then the call will be made to the uh, backend system by the personalization middleware to get the user segmentation details, and then the mapping will be happening. So now suppose you are having a all the segmentation and all the variants, right? Then how it will assign it, right? So suppose visitor is coming to land to your website, right? A new or returning visitor, right, can arrive into your website. Then the condition will be evaluated. Like the system checks the visitor against a predefined set of condition like a page views, location, behavior, like the segmentation details which you are getting from the personalization engine, right? Condition are evaluated on a specific order, priority based, like how you have added it, right? If in the condition evaluation logic, what is happening here, if condition is true, then the evaluation will stop, right? We will assign the audience display personalization content, visitor navigate to the another page, and then the again re-evaluation of your audience is happening, then this complete cycle will start again, right? If condition is false, right? So what is going to happen? If condition is false, the system moves to the next condition in the sequence. If no condition evaluation to true, then the visitor is assigned to the default audience, like how you are traversing the page, it will be same only. So like that, it will evaluate for each and every visit of a page. This set of condition is being evaluated. So on the basis of that, when visitor is navigating to the another page also, or visitor is browsing the site and navigating to a new page, so all this process is being executed in the behind, which we are not able to see that. For that, you need to go to the, if suppose you have deployed to the Vercel, so you will be getting a logs in the Vercel whenever you are going to hit the your personalization middleware, some sort of logging will be happening here. So with that way, the multiple condition which you have added at a page level like this will be evaluated. So I was showing you the example of this geolocation, right? So this is a simple example. So suppose if you are, this is the geo condition. If it is a visit condition, like so suppose um, user has visited started on a page that compares to page during the current visit. So in that case, what are the use cases you can uh, implement that? So suppose if I am coming to my um, about us page, when going to personalize, so what I have implemented that if this condition met, then hide this component. So in actual, when I will go to the this page, right? This is this component, right? So what is the condition I have implemented here? So maybe i- you can add this. Suppose you are not having this attribute in your profile and you don't want to showcase this. So visitor has visited the next evolution of commerce page, right? During the current visit, then hide that component. So what I will do, suppose if I will go to the about us page, me clear that. So currently it's displaying, right? So now I will go to the this page and I will visit this and then again come back. So it should hide it, right? So that way you can implement the logic. It's a very simple things to implement it. So same way, there is another condition which I have implemented that if user is doing this one, so change this message like if the visit has started on a page that is equal to this page. So when you are directly landing user to a specific page, then you can hide this. So that way you can implement a different type of a visit condition and also the user interaction. For example, if visitor has coming with the campaign, right? So what type of promotion or anything you need to show to the user. So you can also implement that. So let's quickly check this, how it's implemented. View team campaign. That is equal to trail, right? So if you will see that, if you will go to the services page currently, so it's a normal. So when what I did that I have just added a this, change this. Currently it's a default one. So now if I will access the campaign page, let me see that. Yeah, that's one. Wait a minute, let me quickly grab the URL. So if you will quickly access this page, so you will see that it's changed. So now if I will go to this, so it should change, right? So those are the things which you can easily implement with the XM Cloud. Uh, Personalize. Same way, device specific condition, you can also implement that. So suppose if you will land to the contact page, right? So if you will go to the contact page, so because I am a window user, I am seeing this. I have changed that text. So now I will change this to, wait a minute, to a mobile, right? So it will change that to a, if I need to display different messages based on the operating system or a device, if you are accessing it, you can implement those also with the help of a embedded personalized. So analytics and insight, right? As I was telling you, XM Cloud Personalize, right? It's providing you the real-time analytics of a site and a pages. So it track the metrics as like a page views, visitor behavior, and the variance effectiveness, and the 30 days of a viewment and 60 days of a trend analysis it will store for you. So the data retention, which is very important, you need to think of when you are trying to use the XM Cloud embedded personalized that. So raw event data like a clicks or those things can be stored for a 30 day, right? So real time adjustment and session personalization, you can do that. Trend data, aggregated data like a 61 days, like a long term performance analysis and reporting. If you want to do that, you can do that. But you need to be aware about that. You cannot fetch this data out of your XM cloud embedded personalized and push to any other reporting system like a Power BI. That you can't do that. So that you have to, if you want to do a customization with your analytics reporting with the help of Power BI, so then you need to go with the CDP so that you can get the export the data. Like you can do the site inside also. So for example, if I will go to this and I need to go to the my site, right? So if I will go to the services side, right? So if you are seeing here, it is giving me the analytics also when I am landing it. So if I am going to the analytics. So it is loading a analytics for a my website also, right? So if you will go here, you can see that the browser level uh, filters are there, operating systems are there, top countries are there, and also the sources are there from where it is being accessed, right? Who is the referrer for this? And if you have created a forms, so you can also get the XM Cloud form labels. You can say that the analytics also. But in terms of a pages, right? So for a page level, so you need to click on the analyze, and there also you can get the site level, how this wherever this page is present, how the site is performing. So you will be getting a total number of visitor, average time, and all this bounce rate and everything. You will be getting it, and also how the your page is performing. That also you will be getting. And what other you can do, that you can add your page variants also and see the difference, that how the visitors are interacting with your specific variant of a page. So generally these are very useful when you are doing the A/B testing with the XM Cloud. So that way you can do the A/B testing also for your website. So like you can measure the personalization impact also with the help of a site insight, and you can um, measure the page insight for your variant also, which will help you to decide that how your page or specific content which you have personalized is performing it. And each variant view also you will be getting. So suppose you are selecting a specific variant, so it will give the view how the user are coming, like which device they are using. So that also you can measure it with the help of the simply. So now coming to the data privacy, security, and retention. So retention, I already explained that where compliance is that because you are not managing the content by your own. So some organization which working on API data, so they are more concerned about the compliance, right? So it support the GDPR and the CCPA with the data management tools. So Sitecore is having a one article is there where they have mentioned that which type of a compliance Sitecore is having, or if you are having any doubt, you always go and cross check with the support team, or you can connect with the your sales rep. So currently it's providing the GDPR and CCPA. Data security, it is using the AES 256 encryption when the data is flowing from a source to destination or destination to source. And also the communication is happening over the TLS 1.2. And retention policies, as I already explained, it's a 30 days for the event, and Sitecore personalization is 90 days, like days is there, and Sitecore CDP unlimited data for a customer segmentation. And limitation is it's a page level only. It's limited to the variant and condition. As you seen that when I was showing the one variant related to the region, currently it's only having the US region, so it is not having the different region. So you will be not having the API access. It's a session based and a runtime personalization where you are doing the personalization on a current session base. Data retention is very limited, and you will be not getting any AI ML based personalization tools or a segmentation. And data aggregation limitations is there, and also you cannot push any custom conditions from outside or create any custom segmentation here also, like in when you are sending an email, right, in XP, uh, like you are doing the email campaigns, and you can decide that if user belongs to or visited this page and user are having a this much age, so you are generally creating the customer segmentation. So those type of custom creation you can't do here, and you can also not do any sort of customization. And trend data will be expire in a 61 days, so you cannot go beyond that, if you are doing the historical database personalization, that also you cannot do that. Why these limitations are useful? Because it will help you to decide that you need to go with the embedded personalization or you need to buy the separate license for that. So these are the some references are there which is very helpful, which can provide you the more understanding of the XM cloud as well as the embedded personalization, and also what type of retention policies and those things are there, and the feature comparison also. You can go on through. I will be sharing the slide so it will be easy for you to go through. So now I am open for a question. So I hope Rohan, we are having a time, right, to go through the question.
Yes, Amit. Yeah, at least we'll take few.
Sure,
We are
sure.
at time, but we will at least take
Okay, okay.
few. Yeah.
Mm, yes. So first is that I don't
Want
think
me to
that.
narrate it?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So I don't think that Sitecore XSA is a part of Sitecore XM Cloud. No, when you are going with the Sitecore XM Cloud, right? So you do not need to buy a separate license for a XXA because Sitecore XM Cloud, when you are buying it, headless XXA is coming with that. But you need to be careful that when you are building the application, you need to utilize the headless XXA while building it, because you need to use a multi-site add-on which is coming with this headless XXA, so that you can implement a multi-site easily. Otherwise, you need to write a your custom middleware to do that. This is available. Yes, so all the features of the XXA is not there. You can utilize the partial and the page design. Theming is not there, and you can utilize the multi-site add-on also, and you can manage the site. So those things are there. Not all the component you are having in the XM clouds are there, because here it's a head application, right? So nothing is coming out of the box from your front end to your head application, right? So you need to build up like a column splitter, row splitter. So you need to build it, you need to deploy it, then only you are able to use that. How to handle? Okay, in case of a multi-site model for a single front-end code repo, how to handle personalization middleware in the best way for all websites. So suppose if you are having a single code base, right? So I am having a many multiple website, right? And single code base. So personalization is happening on your website and a specific page. So it's nothing to do with the n number of website, because you are applying the personalization on a specific page which is part of a specific website. The same way you are doing in the ASP.NET MVC, the same way you are going to your specific website and applying it. So it is not going to conflict with your code base, because code is not coming here, because code is already rendered and you are just changing the data source. You are hiding it, nothing else, like you are doing in the MVC, right? You are writing some custom logic and the backend. So those type of things you are not doing it here. You are just hiding it or creating a different data source. But if you need to do some sort of a edge use cases, then you need to buy the complete personalization subscription, so that you can write the logic here and inject the personalized content into the your website. Edge function for dynamic swapping, how it's working. So as I explained that with the help of a uh, some high level reference architecture is that. So so when you are getting when the request is being sent right from the user, so Next.js will be middleware will be sending the getting the page variant as well as all the segmentation details, and then this logic, which the flow diagram which I shown, right? Then this logic is happening to decide that which specific page variants needs to be displayed to the user. So in case of a XP to XM cloud migration, how to deal with the XP personalization rules? Yes, I said that no XP personalization rules are present in the XM cloud. So when you are doing the migration, you need to explicitly estimate or gauge the effort to build up those use cases in the XM cloud personalize, or you are going to utilize the CDP and personalization, then you need to decide the effort, level of effort or customization you need to do it at a CDP and personalize. Those you need to consider it. Without that, you cannot clearly say that it will be a lift and shift. You need to do a lot of work to do the implementation in the personalization, and you need to be expert to do that. So it's not like that you are just able to create a simple. There are a lot of JavaScripts or logic needs to be written over there when you are implementing the complex use cases from XP to CDP and personalize. So as I said that there are two things, right? SSR and SSG. So Next.js, when you are doing the SSG, you are having all the page variants, right? So you are not making a call to the uh, your edge engine, sorry, experience has to get the page variant, but the other call which is getting the segmentation, right? That call will be happening. So that is the major difference between a SSR based website and the SSG based website when you are implementing the personalization. So when you need to proceed dev test, library, dev test. So it's totally depend upon you. So suppose if you are using the embedded personalization, if you are having a non-prod side or a prod side, then you do not need to buy any license with the embedded personalization. But when you are going with the CDP and the personalized subscription, then generally you will be getting a one non-prod environment and the one prod environment. And with the help of a keys or a attribute, you are differentiating that you are having from a dev data from a dev website or a test website. So that way people will do the this differentiation. But if you are wanted is separate, then you need to pay extra cost. So it will depend upon number of prod environment and the non-prod environment. So as I said that we cannot export the data from a XM Cloud embedded personalization, but you can do when you are buying a separate license for the uh, this CDP and personalization. Any other question?
Yeah, no,
Smriti.
Amit, I have one question.
Yeah,
So
sure.
let's say we are doing this real-time data capturing user journey we are tracking, and we want to show
Hmm.
some v- different content on the page. So let's say I got a combination of attributes and I
Hmm.
shown a page to a user.
Hmm.
Now, as we're using Next.js, and let's say we are going with the SSG approach, so that
Hmm.
page will be stored at client side, and next time if same criteria is matched by some another user, so it will be served from the Vercel itself, or rather going to the server side, or it will go to the experience edge and fetch another again a new version for that.
Okay. So I will divide this into the two parts. So when you are going with the XM Cloud uh, embedded personalization, right? So you cannot track the individual user. It will be automatically taken care by the this your XM Cloud Engage SDK is there, right? It will be taken care. You are not doing anything for uh, getting the footprint of the user because you are not having access to the CDP, correct?
Yeah.
Because you are using the subset. So now, suppose you are using the full-fledged CDP and personalized, so you are tracking the user inputs wherever it's clicking. So now you have created the page variants also, right? For a implementing a personalization because when you are buying a CDP and personalization, then you can push the rules from your own subscription right to your XM cloud. So all your condition will be present there, like which I was showing you. So you will be creating a n number of variants to you. So all variants will be if you are using the SSG, right? So all variants when you are building it, it will be reached to the your CDN. Okay. So
Got it.
you are not, but when user is visiting for individual user, what is the segmentation of that user? User is meeting the criteria or user is a old user. Those rules or the data analytics data is coming every time for each user. Okay, that is not stopping it. It is a real time fetching will be happening, and then this data will be coming for an individual user. If you are a again a current visitor, same visitor, then you are visiting the same page, then again it will be happening because you don't know user have visited a other pages and user condition have been changed, right? So that is happening for a each user. The call is being made to the CDP and personalization to get a real time category, or you can say that the user persona of the coming back to the personalization middleware.
Okay. So in continuation, I'm so sorry for this.
No problem.
So I got this. So we are using, let's say, Personalize, and we are all the events are getting tracking, and
Hmm.
we're
Hmm.
tracking the user journey wherever it's getting clicked. So it's
Hmm.
getting it's talking to the Sitecore Personalize, no doubt about it.
Hmm.
But when certain conditions are met, so it will
Hmm.
serve the page from CDN, or it will again go back to the experience age.
No. So see, it's depend upon your page is SSG or SSR. Okay, because as I said that if it is a SSG, right? So all
Yes,
page variants are present to the your application
got it.
already, right? Means suppose in one you have added a Amit, other you are having a Metin, right? So what happened that two variants are already present. If I am coming, it will show my page based on my profile, right? Persona is coming and it will matching that. It will show to me. If you are coming, then it will show yours. So it's like that.
Perfect. Yes, I got it. Thank you so much.
No problem.